Greetings and salutations. I'm going to give a couple moments to see if anybody's going to join in live. If not, this will be for the record. There are some concerns that I have, Jack. And I know this really shouldn't go to you because it's kind of beyond your pay grade, plus you have better things to do on a Saturday morning. And probably the standard Twitter hashtag at Twitter, they're probably pretty bogged down, and I don't know that they do this. That's why I added in at Twitter support, at support. As you can see, I've added another name, CS The Truth, who is a user on both Periscope and Twitter. So I was hoping that Jason would tune in, but the odds of that happening are probably slim and none. Just for a little backstory here, before we go farther. This is one of my concerns, but that might not, that's for maybe a better place, better time. The project that I'm working on right now, which is the Twitter handle and Periscope handle associated, they are both connected to a project that I'm working on. Obviously, you can see it's the web shop project. Now, the web shop was originally intended, and still the mission of it is, to promote web accessibility and provide tools and resources to those that might not have them on maybe obsolete devices, because they might not be able to afford new devices, which is why I'm using this obsolete smartphone to do this. So there's more than one reason why things are done sometimes. This project wasn't intended to get involved in any of this. George and Jason piqued my interest at separate times for different reasons. But when they came together, it seemed like it might be a good opportunity to put my skills in web accessibility to good use and maybe help them out. But that didn't seem to be the case. They didn't seem to be interested in that. So I sent you these tweets earlier. I'm sure you have them, or they're in your box or something. And they're all revolve around, and the reason why I'm bringing you into this is because it's around these hashtags. I don't see any of these hashtags as being against any type of rules that you have here at Twitter. And I was doing a live stream, once again, about these guys, and this guy by extension. And as you see, this is a non-logged in browser. So this is a public browser. The public can see this. I don't hide anything on my timeline. And I did a lot of photos to you, and maybe you didn't like it. And before that, I was wondering my concerns with my video response to the Last Night in London video via YouTube. Feel free to check it out if you like, but you don't really have to bother because that's not your concern. But what I find concerning, and what I think is something that should be addressed at some point, somehow, and I know that I'm relatively a nobody with this account. I'm only following 9 people, and that's because this device is limited in how much it can handle. I only have 15 followers. I wasn't really ready for followers. If you look way down at the beginning of my feed, my feed starting around March when I signed up, after that you'll see a whole bunch of tweets and a whole bunch of video tests, etc., that were trying to utilize your platforms to integrate with my platform to make it web accessible, and so we can have a nice learning resource that we can help people possibly with disabilities, or those that may be looking for work with not a lot of computer skills. We can help hone those up for people, and they can go out and go make a buck and make a better living for themselves. So that being stated, I'm going to go through, and during my live stream someone pointed out that there was a problem with the hashtags, or at least one of them. And then I went and looked, and I'll be doggone, there's no results for any of these. Okay, now these I can understand, these first four: crowd grifters, crowd grifter, crowd grifting, and crowdsource the money, because I'm the only one that posts anything there. But that never mattered anymore, and you see they're on the latest tab. Now, when I go to CultStream, I've posted many comments under the hashtag CultStream. They're not here. I provided proof within my Twitter timeline that I mentioned, the ones that I sent to you. I sent them to @Jack, @Twitter, and @Support. And I guess I apologize for kind of maybe jamming you up a little bit, but I had to show you what I see from two different perspectives. One from a desktop, which I can actually see, and the other with the app, which burns my eyes. I have a hard time seeing that. A lot of the text is too small, and it gets overwhelming, and it's too much sometimes. So I like to view my stuff on a browser, but I don't want to be logged in because I'm logged in via the app. Okay, you understand? I think you can understand maybe. You know a little bit about privacy and security. Now, here's the web of questions. I have posted probably dozens of times with that hashtag, and there's nothing there. I think that's a problem, Jack. There's something funny going on, because Jason Goodman claims repeatedly that people like you have a conspiracy against him. He claims that everybody that questions anything, and he wants to crowdsource the truth. Demand truth in media and transparency in government. Crowdsource the truth is driven by a unique open source fact-checking truth engine. Strap in and rev it up. Crowdsourcethetruth.org goes to a Facebook group. This is Shady. Now I'm going to go a little bit farther here, just for thoroughness. Okay, if you go down my timeline, which I'll do right here for you, and I will say, I'm going to say that your app and the quality of your video is superior. It is. It's superior to YouTube, I'll tell you that. So I was kind of excited about that. But that's neither here nor there. Okay, as you can see, I took the screen caps from both this desktop and my app and this desktop not logged in. Now, the problem that I really have, let's see if I can find a good one. The problem I have is that if you scroll through the videos, I mean the photos that I've done, and I've done a lot, and I've spent a lot of time on this, and it's ridiculous that I would do so, but I feel like I have to. Oh, my video response basically sums it up, so let me just do that. Let me get to my video response here. As a little short summary. Okay. It was streamed a couple hours ago. Here it says streamed 3 hours ago. And I'm going to read what it says here. Just some points to ponder, along with some questions about the reasoning behind Jason's choice to become an elitist grifter, along with his pedigreed sidekick Trish. Does anyone really think these two cannot even afford $100 or so for a year of web hosting? On a VPS, I might add. They've had numerous individuals I've noticed in the comments and in the live chat that were willing to help them develop and maintain it. So all they had to do was get it up and people would administer it. They are running a crowdsource operation in which they have, if you look at their viewer counts, or their, I'm going to go right over to their, this is the case in point, okay? When they did this live stream, when they started it, that wasn't there. All of a sudden, they went from a crowdsource the truth to crowdfunding through a PayPal in which nobody has any say, gets no nothing. They get nothing out of the deal. It's complete ownership. He has over 11,000, and in my app gives me a better number. It's well over 11,000 subscribers, and he pulls this on them. And you know what? Nobody notices. Nobody notices. Few people notice. But I am going to say that I have said something about this. This is when he mentioned it, right here. He said it here before that was updated. Okay? Now I believe when I refreshed the page, it got updated. Yes. Okay. Become a sponsor of Crowdsource the Truth. All right. After this, after how many videos has he done? This is his current feed. I'll do a refresh just in case they did something else. Okay. We'll just stroll down just for thoroughness. Okay. Right around here. See. Getting the dirty bomb story straight. Remember the dirty bomb? What some claimed was a dirty bomb hoax? Yeah. We do too. Here we go. It was this one right here. Clear and present danger. Almost 37,000 views he got on a live stream that turned into sending out, what, a dozen federal and local and state agencies all in a panic because they proclaimed there was a clear and present danger. Okay? Now, they have a lot of videos. They put out some files out there that seem to have potentially private information for DNC donors, social security numbers, I believe, etc. From what I understand, that's the chatter, as well as possibly having a maybe some type of viruses or some type of malware, spyware. But friends, they're not even being honest with their followers, and they're shadow banning or completely banning, outright banning everybody that asks them a question. Okay? Everyone. And they claim that everyone that asks a question is a member of this group called CrowdStrike. Yet when you look at the people that defend them in their comments to the people that do get through, that they can't ban, they're pretty much all brand new accounts. Brand new accounts. Okay, Jason started 8 months ago. He has a fair amount of videos, as you can see. At no time in any of these videos did he ever say that he was going to be asking for donations. And when his commenters did say, hey, how about if you raise a couple of bucks, which I don't understand how a Hollywood film man who lives in a high rent apartment in New York, and his partner Trish Negron, who they advertise as a pedigreed Harvard journalist, when she may have gone to Harvard and may have gotten degrees. She's not a journalist, and she was working in investment banking, I believe. So you have two people here that have access to a lot of money, that have sucked a lot of people into what looks like a con game, a couple of grifters. Why would they need to raise money from people who have none, that are trying to do good, and they're not giving any of the data in return? None of the crowdsourced data that they are gathering are they sharing with the crowd. If you want to go and troll all of the videos and try to troll all the comments, and then I guess go to their the Twitter, and then go to the Facebook, if you wanted to do that, in other words, if you want to log in everywhere and go associate yourself with them, you might be able to get bits and pieces of what's laying around, but you will get none of the data that they want. And now they want people to give them money. I think that is absurd, and I'm sure that you would think it's absurd too. Whether it's illegal or not, I don't know. But at least, Jack, you and Twitter are pretty transparent in the way you do your business. You provide a product for the data that you gather. You have advertising model, you have a business plan. This fellow and this lady are pulling a con game, and they're using your platform to do it. And I would like to put on the record that I wanted to notify you of that. I don't know if that's illegal or against your terms, but at least you should be aware that there are thousands of people that may be getting misled and duped into investing into a project that somebody is going to capitalize on, profit off of, and not pay his subscribers or followers any residuals. That might sound like a good thing, but you don't drop a bomb right here 16 hours ago that they own everything. So effectively now, Jason Goodman is claiming ownership of everything everybody's given to him and offering nothing in return, has not given him anything in return, and won't even do what his subscribers suggested and what they proclaimed they were going to do, which was go utilize Cafe Press and have merchandise. That way people have something in their hand, and they were going to get advertising out of it. Now, I don't think I should really have been this long and went this detailed, but I would like you to look into the shadow banning of my hashtags, because I do not believe they are offensive, and they are directly related to two people that, in my opinion, seem to be running some type of con. And that is not right. And I would like those hashtags un-shadow banned so that the general public has access to them, so that they may crowdsource the truth. Thank you for your support and your time. Peace and love.